What's going on, guys? So checking in, down on the bike now. So today's trainer road workout, since the FTP increase, it's a little bit harder, but I just wanted to show you today's workout. About an hour and a half of this, some threshold work, 1 to 2 minute intervals, I think 130%. Well, between 95 and 130%. So today's gonna hurt. So I got the big dog, Lacole base layer on to help sweat and get this rolling. So let's check in a bit here and let you know how it went. All right, guys, so got that workout done. I just kind of wanted to talk about a little bit of notes on the actual build phase itself. You know, I go through these training intervals where we're talking about, you know, base phase, build phase, and then we go into, you know, a specialty phase. I talked about it last week when I was outside. Now, I want to make it very clear that the build phase itself is meant to push you. And one of the things that I've quickly realized here is there's a bit of a mental block on my side where I believe, and I made notes here to kind of go through this, but the more you quit on yourself or on a workout, the easier it is to continue to quit moving forward. And I just encountered my first workout on Trainer Road where I did in fact quit. And I kind of just wanted to show you, it wasn't from a lack of trying. It was, I physically hit the wall and couldn't go any further. And I was so close to the end. It was unbelievable. But if you're not in a build phase, you know, often after your build phase, you have a rest week. So, you know, these structured training programs are designed around like, look, we are going to push you. We are going to push you extremely hard. And in a lot of cases, we're going to push you until you break. And that's how you build yourself up and gain. So let's take a look at the workout I did today and look at where I broke. As I showed on the trainer, you know, we've got interval work between, 90%, 95%, somewhere in that range, 94%, up to, 135%, 140%, kind of in that 135 looks like was the max. So in this particular case, we've got a huge, broad range of effort levels. And as I kind of went down towards the end here, you can see I was struggling, and I actually had to break right here. I couldn't keep up, couldn't hold the recovery. My cadence dropped. My heart rate is just spiking right here as well. The heart rate's the red line. And I tried to push, completed that interval, went into the next set, kind of held on, and then look how close I was to actually completing that end set. I couldn't even do it. So I popped. And that happens. But despite the fact that I popped and, you know, I didn't finish that particular workout, I guess I could have dropped the effort level, which, you know, is probably the better thing to do. I still got credit for the workout, had a huge load in that particular workout, and then ended up using adaptive training, which leveled off my following week to kind of round this out. So I wanted to kind of talk about a couple little quick tips for build week. That, you know, maybe no one's really telling you that I thought might be good things to be aware of. So number one, obviously, I already mentioned it, you know, it's easier to quit the more you do it. So if you can avoid the quit factor as much as possible, it's super, super important. Fuel and sleep, they are everything. Unless you're fueled up completely and you're slept really, really well, you know, the threshold workouts that they're going to give you are so far above and beyond anything that your body's probably used to. So if you're going into it underfueled and underslept, then you're going to have problems. So make sure that is something you're paying attention to. You're going to be pushed outside your comfort zone. So be prepared. You know, your body in a lot of cases will go into a fight or flight kind of feeling towards the end of a set where you're just totally uncomfortable and you want to stand up and sprint and just give it everything you have. You're going to pop. So just knowing, like, look, it's an irrational state of mind and you're going to be uncomfortable, get used to it, and avoid quitting at all costs. Be ready for a heavy workload, be mentally prepared for it. That's probably one of the bigger things as well to be prepared for is know that it's not going to be easy. These are not rest weeks. These are not base weeks. where you're just, hey, we're doing 8-minute sets, 10-minute, 12-minute sets of 85% FTP work. This is going to hurt. Be prepared for that workload. You need to know what's coming. And probably the last tip, know in the back of your head, rest week is right around the corner. For me, I've got one more workout coming up here, and then I've got 7 days of light work before I go into my next FTP test. So rest week is coming up for me, and one workout to go. So give it everything that you can, because you're allowed to pop. You're allowed to break. Give yourself that permission. If you're physically at that point where, you're tasting blood and bile or about to throw up, trying to complete the set, your cadence drops well below what it should for that particular set. These are things that are, huge indicators of you're about to just pop off. So, be prepared. So those are kind of my tips for the build phase and, how to survive them essentially. Coming up this week, I've got a set of cranks that we're going to be talking about on Thursday morning. So stay tuned for that. These guys are going to be going on my Athos as I moved the force cranks from my Athos currently to my SL7. So we've got some crank sets coming up Thursday, so that's pretty exciting. But otherwise, that's all I have for you. Wish me luck tomorrow as we go into, or I guess this will actually have already happened by the time you watch this video, but that doesn't matter. But wish me luck for that. Another build workout coming up. And then hopefully next week when you hear from me, I'll be talking about how I've been living the lavish lifestyle in build week. In rest week. Just enjoying that 50% FTP lifestyle. So that's coming up. And otherwise, have yourself a great week. And we'll touch base next week. All right, guys? See ya.